Okay, welcome to part 4 of building your house in 3 dimensions on SketchUp. Um, we are working on this. In this video, we're going to work on putting some headers in above our doorways and some windows, exterior windows. Getting ready to put a roof on this. So when we look at our doorways, in most houses, they don't go straight to the ceiling like that. They are set down from the top of the wall. And for the purposes of this, we're just going to bring them down. So we're going to grab our tape measure tool and we're going to measure down from the top of the wall 1 foot. So we have a 7-foot high door. And that's a little bit bigger than they normally are. Normally they're like an 80-inch door, but you've got your door jamb and you've got finished floor that goes in there. So for this purpose, we're just going to do it at 80 or 84 inches or 1 foot down from the ceiling. Which means that if we took a tape measure and measured from the floor up to this line, it should be 84 inches or 7 feet. So we've produced this line across here. All we have to do is grab this push-pull tool, pull this across, and it will offset the limit to the width of the door. And then while you're here, you may as well just erase these 2 lines and the line on the other side, and then you've got a nice clean wall you can work with, and you've got your header in place. So that has to be done at all these door openings. It goes pretty quick. Sometimes it's easier just to do all the measuring and then all the drawing and then all the pulling. So we come down 1 foot. In this case, on this one, I'll come down here, 1 foot down. In here, I'm going to come across 4 inches because it doesn't really have the end of the wall like the other doorways. So I'm going to come across 4 inches and put a mark. Then I'm going to come down 1 foot and put a mark. And then I'm going to use my rectangle tool to draw this over that doorway. These other ones, I can just use the line tool and I can just go straight across as long as you're on the right plane. So in this case, that's the green plane. So you can see how relatively quickly this can happen. There we go. All those lines are across. Let's do the front door here too. May as well do that while we're at it. Tape measure 1 foot and get your line tool. And there we are. Now we can grab our push-pull tool. We can grab these and pull them across. And I'll come back and erase those details later. Grab that rectangle. This one. Oops. Zoom in, make sure it's offset, and it actually stops moving on you. Click. Oops. Click this. Bring it to there. This across. Oops. Sometimes it likes to release early. And there we go. So I can get rid of the guides because those can get confusing, and just go in with my eraser now and clean up these extra lines that we don't need. So I'm going to try and grab everything that I can see from one view instead of having to move around in my views or my orbit. My actual orbit mouse button is not functioning very well, so I don't try and minimize the amount of flipping between tools that I do. So I got to go up and grab this. I'm going to spin around and grab those lines on the other side of everything. So I'll erase all those. Just makes it easier for if you want to paint something later, change the color of a wall, whatever that might be, then you can do that a lot easier. So there we go. All the headers are done above all the doorways, and it's starting to look more like a house.